He couldn't be a fisherman at noon. He couldn't be a fisherman at noon. For as long as I live. For as long as I live. Did you receive my email from yesterday? Did you receive my email from yesterday? Was his grandmother a guard? Was his grandmother a guard? Stop your car. Stop your car. Doesn't he have a salary? Doesn't he have a salary? Can I have a glass of water, please? Can I have a glass of water, please? His siblings were swimmers. His siblings were swimmers. He is a lawyer and she is a doctor. He is a lawyer and she is a doctor. I'm in the room where the television is. I'm in the room where the television is. He visited Paris last summer. He visited Paris last summer. My sister works as a teacher. My sister works as a teacher. Your sister was a producer. Your sister was a producer. Please wait in line. Please wait in line. I would follow. I would follow. How often do you visit museums? How often do you visit museums? I should have been an artist before. I should have been an artist before. Doesn't he wear it? Doesn't he wear it? Can you make the sauce less spicy? Can you make the sauce less spicy? Can I support every month? Can I support every month? Would you continue next year? Would you continue next year? You will be born in a weekend. You will be born in a weekend. Can I see the menu, please? Can I see the menu, please? I might end up with Fortnite. I might end up with Fortnite. He's riding a bicycle. He's riding a bicycle. I have a big family, he told me. I have a big family, he told me. The sun began to set and the city lights disappeared. The sun began to set and the city lights disappeared. He's bored with his TV show. He's bored with his TV show. Your grandfather was a machinist. Your grandfather was a machinist. Is it possible to split the check between two cards? Is it possible to split the check between two cards? Mary's favorite color is blue. Mary's favorite color is blue. Sounds great. Sounds great. He still hasn't answered my call. He still hasn't answered my call. I am honored to work with all of you on this journey. I am honored to work with all of you on this journey. He is very impatient. He is very impatient. We'll organize now. We'll organize now. Can I affect it after 1 week? Can I affect it after 1 week? Do you play the piano? Do you play the piano? Even though it's bad, I love it. Even though it's bad, I love it. Doesn't it change after 2 weekends? Doesn't it change after 2 weekends? Can they be surrounded normally? Can they be surrounded normally? Can I compare after 2 months? Can I compare after 2 months? His grandchildren are anesthesiologists. His grandchildren are anesthesiologists. That's exactly what I think. That's exactly what I think. I will go for a walk. I will go for a walk. We can play golf normally. We can play golf normally. I couldn't become an educator then. I couldn't become an educator then. May not be a monthly monk. May not be a monthly monk. I have no right to say. I have no right to say. He popped his nose out of joint. He popped his nose out of joint. The playground is fun. The playground is fun. Can you pass me the salt? Can you pass me the salt? I'm sorry I have to let go. I'm sorry I have to let go. He is an American citizen. He is an American citizen. I want to go to the movie. I want to go to the movie. Can it last 2 weeks? Can it last 2 weeks? It doesn't concern you. It doesn't concern you. Is her mother-in-law a referee? Is her mother-in-law a referee? This performance was Oscar-worthy. This performance was Oscar-worthy. The company is looking for a new project manager. The company is looking for a new project manager. Can they survive 5 years later? Can they survive 5 years later? Is his wife a messenger? Is his wife a messenger? I will note your concerns for the doctor. I will note your concerns for the doctor. I will never forget. I will never forget. It's not my cup of tea. It's not my cup of tea. Can I refill my grapefruit juice? Can I refill my grapefruit juice? He loves eating ice cream. He loves eating ice cream. He was retiring every week. He was retiring every week. Did you go to school? Did you go to school? Do we need MVP? Do we need MVP? My English is better than before. My English is better than before. Does he think after 3 seconds? Does he think after 3 seconds? What a fascinating story. What a fascinating story. We were rarely sheriffs. We were rarely sheriffs. Is her colleague an esthetician? Is her colleague an esthetician? Can he evaluate every day? Can he evaluate every day? He's watching TV right now. He's watching TV right now. I am worried about the situation. I am worried about the situation. Can't it be completed then? Can't it be completed then? Does it need to be voiced? Does it need to be voiced? Your son is at a fundraiser. Your son is at a fundraiser. He is waiting at the bus stop. He is waiting at the bus stop. Your mother was a postman. Your mother was a postman. I became so invested in these characters' journeys. I became so invested in these characters' journeys. Can you increase it? Can you increase it? Are you an auditor at night? Are you an auditor at night? Isn't he an astronomer at dawn? Isn't he an astronomer at dawn? Didn't he force it later? Didn't he force it later? Can you help me? Can you help me? Was his stepsister a plumber? Was his stepsister a plumber? Their stepmother is a golfer. Their stepmother is a golfer. Will he care often? Will he care often? He'll be back in a few hours. He'll be back in a few hours. Was his daughter a songwriter? Was his daughter a songwriter? Is my uncle a driver? Is my uncle a driver? I prefer football. I prefer football. This is a blatant lie. This is a blatant lie. Can't help. Can't help. I will bake at dawn. I will bake at dawn. The room does not have adequate ventilation. The room does not have adequate ventilation. You are in front of me. You are in front of me. Shouldn't he be making war? Shouldn't he be making war? It can be a long journey. It can be a long journey. Could you please be quiet? Could you please be quiet? I have to pay my rent. I have to pay my rent. The window opened due to the wind. The window opened due to the wind. For example, let's say you want to make a cake. For example, let's say you want to make a cake. The boy looks like his father. The boy looks like his father. You are a patient teacher. You are a patient teacher. He studies history every day. He studies history every day. I slept too much today. I slept too much today. I have a lot of work to do today. I have a lot of work to do today. Should we match? Should we match? Are we ecologists a century later? Are we ecologists a century later? I have to stay after school. I have to stay after school. Can I eat my salad without croutons? Can I eat my salad without croutons? How do you spell it? How do you spell it? Their stepdaughter is a registrar. Their stepdaughter is a registrar. We won't be babysitters every week. We won't be babysitters every week. I'm wearing a blue shirt. I'm wearing a blue shirt. He seems lost in thought. He seems lost in thought. We saw these in the store. We saw these in the store. He disappeared from the party without saying goodbye. He disappeared from the party without saying goodbye. Was her mother-in-law a dietitian? Was her mother-in-law a dietitian? His grandparents were shepherds. His grandparents were shepherds. I'm between jobs right now. I'm between jobs right now. We often go to the park. We often go to the park. I need some break. I need some break. I have 6 brothers and sisters. I have 6 brothers and sisters. How much? How much? He could learn to speak Spanish. He could learn to speak Spanish. You cannot apply at noon. You cannot apply at noon. I have to go to the store. I have to go to the store. The weather is very nice today. The weather is very nice today. You are in safe hands. You are in safe hands. My nephew was a developer. My nephew was a developer. We helped them move. We helped them move. I opened my bag. I opened my bag. What is he doing? What is he doing? Our brother-in-law was a gymnast. Our brother-in-law was a gymnast. Does he need to mention it soon? Does he need to mention it soon? I will go to school. I will go to school. I leave school at 5. I leave school at 5. You shouldn't touch the hot stove. You shouldn't touch the hot stove. I have to go home. I have to go home. Your stepfather is a dishwasher. Your stepfather is a dishwasher. I haven't finished the report yet. I haven't finished the report yet. You couldn't enter last year. You couldn't enter last year. I just want you to be careful. I just want you to be careful. Our mother-in-law was a landscape architect. Our mother-in-law was a landscape architect. This is where you were born. This is where you were born. His house is bigger than mine. His house is bigger than mine. Do you need help with your homework? Do you need help with your homework? Was her mother-in-law an airman? Was her mother-in-law an airman? I'm not just happy anymore. I'm not just happy anymore. Can he handle lunchtime? Can he handle lunchtime? I must reply in 3 minutes. I must reply in 3 minutes. They are attending a concert. They are attending a concert. Is it your turn to cook? Is it your turn to cook? Won't we join soon? Won't we join soon? We will not travel at sunset. We will not travel at sunset. I have to play football. I have to play football. Can you make reservations for me? Can you make reservations for me? I'm watching a movie tonight. I'm watching a movie tonight. Has he read that book before? Has he read that book before? You don't become an inspector at sunset. You don't become an inspector at sunset. Is it all over? Is it all over? The casting is excellent. The casting is excellent. Why long face? Why long face? Good to see you again. Good to see you again. Their neighbors are drummers. Their neighbors are drummers. Wouldn't he win? Wouldn't he win? Was your grandson an educator? Was your grandson an educator? Can I go to the search engine? Can I go to the search engine? Yes, I find this entertaining. Yes, I find this entertaining. Do you have any allergies? Do you have any allergies? Do you like the color green? Do you like the color green? They weren't always advertisers. They weren't always advertisers. The dog chewed my shoe. The dog chewed my shoe. What brings you here today? What brings you here today? Do you have any suggestions? Do you have any suggestions? All my secrets. All my secrets. Certainly. Certainly. Do you have it? Question mark. Do you have it? Question mark. It would not be fed next year. It would not be fed next year. What else have you done? What else have you done? What is the house white wine? What is the house white wine? It was raining when I went out. It was raining when I went out. I have a lot of experience. I have a lot of experience. Should not question. Should not question. He would report. He would report. He is a pioneer of street art. He is a pioneer of street art. They go to school by bus. They go to school by bus. Can I get the check at the end of the meal? Can I get the check at the end of the meal? Is my mother-in-law an actress? Is my mother-in-law an actress? Are their cousins firefighters? Are their cousins firefighters? They look like a famous celebrity. They look like a famous celebrity. Birds are chirping outside. Birds are chirping outside. They may rarely become psychiatrists. They may rarely become psychiatrists. I think it will rain tomorrow. I think it will rain tomorrow. I own this property. I own this property. He is constantly working to improve his skills. He is constantly working to improve his skills. The social worker can help with any additional support. The social worker can help with any additional support. We can never succeed. We can never succeed. Didn't he grow up? Didn't he grow up? Is our spouse a healthcare worker? Is our spouse a healthcare worker? Will I create at 4 midnight? Will I create at 4 midnight? I don't know if he will come. I don't know if he will come. I think I have a fever. I think I have a fever. She sang a lullaby to her baby. She sang a lullaby to her baby. Her grandparents are dietitians. Her grandparents are dietitians. Will it come after 5 midnight? Will it come after 5 midnight? He doesn't drink milk. He doesn't drink milk. It was funny. It was funny. Coffee spills on the floor. Coffee spills on the floor. What was yellow energy? What was yellow energy? Isn't he playing? Isn't he playing? Can we lie right away? Can we lie right away? I need vacation. I need vacation. How much does this product cost? How much does this product cost? Were there relative stylists? Were there relative stylists? Your son is an art director. Your son is an art director. I can come to see you tomorrow. I can come to see you tomorrow. You exercised every day. You exercised every day. Do you offer vegan desserts? Do you offer vegan desserts? I studied for the exam. I studied for the exam. It was always a pleasure for me. It was always a pleasure for me. Can I go to the slideshow? Can I go to the slideshow? I can't prove it later. I can't prove it later. I would like to suggest a compromise. I would like to suggest a compromise. Was he going to do photography? Was he going to do photography? They are delicious. They are delicious. I shouldn't create. I shouldn't create. There are 7 days in a week. There are 7 days in a week. Can I go for window blinds? Can I go for window blinds? Steamed green beans. Steamed green beans. Did he support it the day before? Did he support it the day before? Is my colleague a technician? Is my colleague a technician? Your father is a speaker. Your father is a speaker. He'd seen that movie before. He'd seen that movie before. I need to prepare a timetable on Thursday. I need to prepare a timetable on Thursday. I've never been to Chicago. I've never been to Chicago. Put something on ice. Put something on ice. I am not sure. I am not sure. Was my grandson a financier? Was my grandson a financier? We saw it on TV. We saw it on TV. Is this true? Is this true? They wash their laundry once a week. They wash their laundry once a week. How is the weather today? How is the weather today? When are you coming? When are you coming? He will keep watch at noon. He will keep watch at noon. Can he prepare every day? Can he prepare every day? It is not produced at home. It is not produced at home. We saw these in the museum. We saw these in the museum. Doesn't it carry after one day? Doesn't it carry after one day? They had already had dinner. They had already had dinner. Do you have any sugar? Do you have any sugar? He often forgets his keys. He often forgets his keys. My pleasure. My pleasure. We have been meeting here every Monday for the last year. We have been meeting here every Monday for the last year. It's snowing outside. It's snowing outside. Can't they play games every month? Can't they play games every month? Should it be said often? Should it be said often? What exactly is the cycle time? What exactly is the cycle time? When will you go home? When will you go home? You can spend the night with them. You can spend the night with them. What time does the movie start? What time does the movie start? I need to get my hair cut. I need to get my hair cut. Sounds like fun. Sounds like fun. The movie is rated PG-13. The movie is rated PG-13. Maybe poison. Maybe poison. Weren't we a manicurist at dusk? Weren't we a manicurist at dusk? I have a pack of oranges. I have a pack of oranges. What do you think it is? What do you think it is? The dress is too big for her. The dress is too big for her. I'm cooking dinner for my family. I'm cooking dinner for my family. Baby is crying. Baby is crying. She wants to attend a dance class. She wants to attend a dance class. He may not have done his military service last year. He may not have done his military service last year. The garbage disposal is clogged. The garbage disposal is clogged. I wear glasses. I wear glasses. This is a little difficult. This is a little difficult. He's as fat as you. He's as fat as you. The job was offered to me. The job was offered to me. Shouldn't I be a sports announcer then? Shouldn't I be a sports announcer then? It was a great success. It was a great success. You shouldn't stop rarely. You shouldn't stop rarely. Soon you won't be able to move on. Soon you won't be able to move on. I have had a cough for the last 3 weeks. I have had a cough for the last 3 weeks. Can I navigate to the Outlook button? Can I navigate to the Outlook button? I always say, thank you. I always say, thank you. Was our grandson a lifeguard? Was our grandson a lifeguard? We will send it after today. We will send it after today. The printer is out of ink. The printer is out of ink. I was also working yesterday. I was also working yesterday. The costume design is spot on. The costume design is spot on. I have a lot of faith. I have a lot of faith. Therapist at sunrise? Therapist at sunrise? Do you think it will rain today? Do you think it will rain today? Have you ever climbed a mountain? Have you ever climbed a mountain? His grandson was a developer. His grandson was a developer. Won't it help? Won't it help? You look like your sister. You look like your sister. These are delicious burgers. These are delicious burgers. It's up to you. It's up to you. It is important to be respectful. It is important to be respectful. Payment received on time. Payment received on time. Is his father a bellboy? Is his father a bellboy? We didn't start. We didn't start. Can't they become nurses later? Can't they become nurses later? He learned to play the piano. He learned to play the piano. I'm taking photos with my camera. I'm taking photos with my camera. I'm going to kindergarten. I'm going to kindergarten. I found a lost key in the park. I found a lost key in the park. I cannot attend the meeting. I cannot attend the meeting. How much does a hotel room cost? How much does a hotel room cost? Can't I get organized later? Can't I get organized later? Were your grandparents guides? Were your grandparents guides? Can't there be an artist at dawn? Can't there be an artist at dawn? The dog learned a new trick. The dog learned a new trick. He is under suspicion. He is under suspicion. I need to buy a new piano. I need to buy a new piano. He forgot to bring his lunch. He forgot to bring his lunch. My sons are good children. My sons are good children. Can I go to the program? Can I go to the program? He doesn't eat meat, does he? He doesn't eat meat, does he? He looked very tired. He looked very tired. Have you tried the appetizers? Have you tried the appetizers? How many people are on the bus? How many people are on the bus? Scissors John, do you have scissors? Scissors John, do you have scissors? They take a nap after lunch. They take a nap after lunch. Evenings are my favorite time of the day. Evenings are my favorite time of the day. 4 seconds later he becomes an assistant. 4 seconds later he becomes an assistant. I met him at the party. I met him at the party. Did you ask all of us? Did you ask all of us? Should not be fed. Should not be fed. They lived happily ever after. They lived happily ever after. This is a bit of an exaggeration. This is a bit of an exaggeration. I'm planning to start a new business. I'm planning to start a new business. I've never been there before. I've never been there before. We will live in 5 years. We will live in 5 years. Can I go to the music room? Can I go to the music room? Our nephew was an analyst. Our nephew was an analyst. Shouldn't it be reduced? Shouldn't it be reduced? The bus stops here. The bus stops here. They have a cat named Max. They have a cat named Max. Would he complain? Would he complain? I should be the second man in one day. I should be the second man in one day. Has there ever been a president? Has there ever been a president? Did we hunt at dawn? Did we hunt at dawn? Can you show me the way? Can you show me the way? Can we accept every week? Can we accept every week? We did the testing on Android. We did the testing on Android. Is there a shuttle service to the airport? Is there a shuttle service to the airport? He always wears a suit to work. He always wears a suit to work. Can I go to the time and language button? Can I go to the time and language button? My sister has a car. My sister has a car. I want the mozzarella stick appetizer. I want the mozzarella stick appetizer. Can I go to the off button? Can I go to the off button? His brother-in-law is an assistant. His brother-in-law is an assistant. We've already paid the bill. We've already paid the bill. Which bus would you like? Which bus would you like? We couldn't kick right away. We couldn't kick right away. May I see your passport, please? May I see your passport, please? Please fill in. Please fill in. How much is a sweet? How much is a sweet? He'll understand eventually. He'll understand eventually. I have to study for the English exam on Wednesday. I have to study for the English exam on Wednesday. I don't notice anything special about the current situation. I don't notice anything special about the current situation. This is a famous actor. This is a famous actor. I understand what you're saying, but I'm not sure I agree. I understand what you're saying, but I'm not sure I agree. It will stop at noon. It will stop at noon. Do you speak English fluently? Do you speak English fluently? There will be some questions. There will be some questions. Are we going to go into forensic medicine after one day? Are we going to go into forensic medicine after one day? Isn't he playing? Isn't he playing? He is a fan of rock music. He is a fan of rock music. I have to go to the store. I have to go to the store. Have you finished your report? Have you finished your report? You shouldn't dance at noon. You shouldn't dance at noon. His stepson is a cameraman. His stepson is a cameraman. Have you ever eaten very hot food? Have you ever eaten very hot food? Were my children linguists? Were my children linguists? Pleased with the results. Pleased with the results. Can you get me a glass of water? Can you get me a glass of water? The bus ride was quite scenic. The bus ride was quite scenic. He may not ask right away. He may not ask right away. Can't get it at noon? Can't get it at noon? He has a strong work ethic. He has a strong work ethic. Keep it moving. Keep it moving. Was his brother a landscape architect? Was his brother a landscape architect? Can you help clean the room? Can you help clean the room? What kind of change was this? What kind of change was this? I need to make a mobile phone on Saturday. I need to make a mobile phone on Saturday. He wants to be a doctor. He wants to be a doctor. We will weld every month. We will weld every month. I need to borrow a textbook. I need to borrow a textbook. I will not defend. I will not defend. Didn't answer soon. Didn't answer soon. Hair dryer not working. Hair dryer not working. We're in Britain, remember. We're in Britain, remember. He doesn't teach. He doesn't teach. Didn't believe it. Didn't believe it. He took a photography class and learned to take great photos. He took a photography class and learned to take great photos. His grandmother was a urologist. His grandmother was a urologist. Could you pass me the salt, please? Could you pass me the salt, please? Am I not an illusionist at all? Am I not an illusionist at all? Wasn't I a baker 5 centuries ago? Wasn't I a baker 5 centuries ago? He shouldn't act as a watchman afterwards. He shouldn't act as a watchman afterwards. Have they drawn it before? Have they drawn it before? His stepmother was a locksmith. His stepmother was a locksmith. I go swimming twice a week. I go swimming twice a week. Can I have some paper, please? Can I have some paper, please? Whose voice did I hear? Whose voice did I hear? We can't settle for sunset. We can't settle for sunset. How have you been? How have you been? My compliments to the chef. My compliments to the chef. Couldn't he just point it out sometimes? Couldn't he just point it out sometimes? He reads newspaper every day. He reads newspaper every day. Were my cousins actors? Were my cousins actors? Did I do something wrong? Did I do something wrong? It didn't show up right away. It didn't show up right away. They want to visit the beach. They want to visit the beach. We can't believe it. We can't believe it. The store opens at 7 a.m. The store opens at 7 a.m. Didn't he have it? Didn't he have it? Their mother-in-law is a bellboy. Their mother-in-law is a bellboy. I prefer tea to coffee. I prefer tea to coffee. Didn't I add this before? Didn't I add this before? He can be an interpreter at dawn. He can be an interpreter at dawn. These clouds look ominous. These clouds look ominous. Was derived immediately. Was derived immediately. When do you work? When do you work? Won't they let you know? Won't they let you know? Can I have a cabin with a garden view, please? Can I have a cabin with a garden view, please? You should wear it after 2 months. You should wear it after 2 months. Her husband was a mason. Her husband was a mason. The temperature is falling. The temperature is falling. I'm meeting John after work. I'm meeting John after work. The car belongs to my friend. The car belongs to my friend. This movie is very intense. This movie is very intense. Doesn't it announce at noon? Doesn't it announce at noon? Does he need to explore normally? Does he need to explore normally? Can you lend me some money? Can you lend me some money? I can start earlier. I can start earlier. The champion was very tired. The champion was very tired. These are cold drinks. These are cold drinks. Eventually, you'll get used to it. Eventually, you'll get used to it. Let me know if you need a wheelchair or walker. Let me know if you need a wheelchair or walker. We arrived at the movie very late. We arrived at the movie very late. Couldn't reach the top shelf. Couldn't reach the top shelf. Thanks for calling. Thanks for calling. It is important that you get plenty of rest. It is important that you get plenty of rest. The concert was very loud. The concert was very loud. He didn't clown often. He didn't clown often. Don may not come. Don may not come. I wanted to say. I wanted to say. Isn't it managed? Isn't it managed? Sometimes he brought it. Sometimes he brought it. My cousins were commanders. My cousins were commanders. I will promise what is right. I will promise what is right. Is their father a curator? Is their father a curator? What time is it this time? What time is it this time? Doesn't it diversify normally? Doesn't it diversify normally? It wouldn't fail. It wouldn't fail. I have a long tail. I have a long tail. Your sister is a therapist. Your sister is a therapist. He dreams of a better future. He dreams of a better future. It cannot be successful after 1 week. It cannot be successful after 1 week. Is his stepbrother a baker? Is his stepbrother a baker? I have to make a model on Saturday. I have to make a model on Saturday. Won't he remember every week? Won't he remember every week? I've never tried bungee jumping. I've never tried bungee jumping. You won't be a designer anytime soon. You won't be a designer anytime soon. Is our grandfather a nurse? Is our grandfather a nurse? How did you study? How did you study? Will we fail after 5 months? Will we fail after 5 months? I don't have to measure. I don't have to measure. It is prepared immediately. It is prepared immediately. He has a green car. He has a green car. He didn't say thank you. He didn't say thank you. Was he analyzing? Was he analyzing? I will create every 2 weeks. I will create every 2 weeks. I'll be back to check on you later. I'll be back to check on you later. Can it act monthly? Can it act monthly? I have to study for my science exam on Friday. I have to study for my science exam on Friday. The party starts at 8 p.m. The party starts at 8 p.m. You rejected the collector. You rejected the collector. He's squeezing the money. He's squeezing the money. Their neighbors are teachers. Their neighbors are teachers. Have you ever been to Istanbul? Have you ever been to Istanbul? I need a cup of tea. I need a cup of tea. I think it will rain today. I think it will rain today. Your grandparents are lumberjacks. Your grandparents are lumberjacks. You can't learn. You can't learn. I won't work today. I won't work today. These mountains are so beautiful. These mountains are so beautiful. Develop competence. Develop competence. The result of the report was not deemed sufficient to make a decision. The result of the report was not deemed sufficient to make a decision. Which city? Which city?